Hey guys, what's going on? My name's AK and I'm bringing you a different type of video today here on Nintendo Enthusiast. Today's video is a comparison video between Rocket League on Nintendo Switch and PC. If you're unaware, Rocket League just got the new Tournaments update, which added a lot of new features and improvements, but also made some graphical changes to the Nintendo Switch version, adding a brand new quality mode setting, which boosts the game's resolution to 1080p in docked mode and 720p in handheld mode. It also has added a lot of new graphical effects that were not present in the Switch version prior to this update. I'm putting it up against the PC version, which is running at max settings at 1080p. The purpose of this comparison is really just to see how the Switch version compares to the PC version with these new quality settings. I was able to get a nearly direct comparison between the two versions thanks to the cross-platform functionality. What I did was created a private match on the PC version, then joined in on the Switch version, which thus allowed me to capture the same environments nearly simultaneously. So all the screenshots and videos that you see were taken just mere seconds between each other, since I have the PC version and the Switch version running side by side. The Switch version was captured in docked mode, so it is running at the full 900p resolution, although the Switch only captures both video and screenshots at 720p. So all of the footage and screenshots from the PC version will be at full 1080p, whereas all of the Switch footage and screenshots will only be at 720p. So just keep that in mind as you view this comparison. Also, another thing, the Switch version is represented by the blue vehicle, whereas the PC version is represented by the red vehicle. I know I should have switched it, but I only realized that after I was finished. Don't worry about it, just keep that in mind. And don't worry, I'll have little labels here on the screen, just to make it easier for you to identify which version is which. Alright, enough rambling, let's just jump right into it. Let's begin our comparison with the Farmstead map. Here you can see a few interesting differences right off the bat. For one thing, the environment has a bit of a reflection on the PC version, whereas that effect is totally missing over on Switch. Another small but noticeable difference is that dandelions flutter around in the breeze over on the PC version, but on the Switch version they are completely absent. In both versions of the game, you can see a very large tree off into the distance. But the key difference here is that there are wildflowers on the PC version, and they also move back and forth, whereas on the Switch version, they are completely absent. One last small difference I noted on this arena is that the dirt kicked up by the tires across both versions appears to be a little bit different. On PC, it's a little bit more pronounced, whereas on Switch, the effect is just a tad simpler. Next up is the Urban Central Arena. This match was done with the rain effect active, and you can see an interesting difference between the two versions. On PC, you can actually see the rain slide down the windows, whereas on Switch, although Thunder and Lightning does display, it does not show the rain coming down the window. Another small detail that I noticed is in this little grass patch. You can see the grating, the water underneath it on the PC version is visible, whereas on Switch, it is not visible at all. Now, this final difference on this arena is that the lighting does appear to be a little bit more intense in the PC version. However, I'm going to leave that up to you to decide, so leave your comments down below telling me what you think about that. The last arena we're going to look at today is Beckwith Park, and this one has some pretty obvious differences. Right off the bat, you can see that all of the vegetation, that's the grass on the ground as well as the big trees out in the background, are swaying back and forth in the breeze over on the PC version. Moving over to the Switch version, you can see that the background trees are entirely static. The ground texture is also completely different, and those individual blades of grass are missing. To add to that, the shader that makes the grass look kind of glossy on the PC version is totally absent here on Switch. And that wraps up today's comparison. This is not a super in-depth analysis, this is just a quick overview putting the PC version up against the new Switch version. And the Switch version, I must say, actually does come out rather nicely. Those quality settings do make the game look a lot better than it did before, although it must be noted that the frame rate is cut in half. It now sticks to just 30 FPS instead of the 60 FPS, which is achieved when playing in performance mode. So that is what you're giving up. You're giving up performance for graphical fidelity. But if you do rather playing at 60 FPS, the performance mode is still available, allowing you to just cut down the graphics and achieve that high frame rate. Going back and forth between the PC and Switch version side by side, playing at 30 FPS and 60 FPS, it was a little bit jarring, but honestly, because the game does such a great job at sticking to that 30 FPS cap, it's actually not that bad. Of course, it's not as smooth as 60 FPS, but it actually was a lot easier to get used to than I initially thought it was going to be. And I haven't really decided yet, but I do think I might just keep it in quality mode, at least for the time being. I do enjoy playing Rocket League on Switch, and even though I do have it on PC and I have a lot more DLC on the PC version, as well as the fact that it does look better, I just have a lot more fun with the Switch version for some reason. But anyway, that wraps up today's video, guys, and we hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments down below. Tell me what differences you've noticed in your own playthrough, and do you think that this upgrade to the Switch version was worth it? Or are you going to just stick with the performance mode anyway, just to enjoy that 60 FPS gameplay experience? Leave your comments down below and tell us what you think. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button. Until next time, thanks for watching and hope to catch you later.